It was Derby Day in London and Sheffield, but we won't talk about that one. There's no international break now till March. Will Arsenal be the title champions by then? Who knows? Let's talk about it. So, Ben, I'm joined by my former boss, now current co-host, Ben Ballantyne.
I'm good, thank
and
you,
I suppose
mate.
I should say the name of the show is the Kicking Off Football Podcast, because I forgot to put that in as well.
It's a great start.
It's a great start. A bit like Wednesday's performance. Ben, you just watched the North London derby.
Yeah.
Arsenal, a little bit of pressure on them. Liverpool losing again and Man City losing. You've still got to go out there and win to put the. Sometimes these games, well, you could lose and then you don't capitalise on the gift that the other two teams have given you.
Yeah, which we've seen from Arsenal in the past, haven't we?
Yeah, we saw it 2 years ago. Definitely when they threw the title away. So, you've got to credit Arteta this season for the mentality's change in his team, especially when they were 1-0 down at Newcastle the other month. To come back and turn that around, they look a different team now, don't they?
Oh yeah.
I think this group of players now are fed up of being embarrassed by people online and stuff, and I think they know that they're to blame, but they've not won a title by now. And I think it looks like, they're just motoring on, and I can't see anyone beating them. The amount of players they've had injured, I've seen like a lot of teams in the past moan about injuries and just point at injuries for the reason why they're not winning the league or doing anything this season.
Yeah.
You list of Arsenal's players they're missing already this season. It's ridiculous, and it doesn't even like look like it even bothers them.
No, well, I think that was, that's testament in it to the transfer business they did in the summer. Certainly have managed to bring in a group of players that are a little bit more adaptable to when they've got injuries, and certainly when you have Ødegaard out, that's been a big loss for Arsenal in the past.
Someone's filled his shoes pretty well today.
Yeah, he was absolutely outstanding today. Eberici Eze. He's just one of those players who just looks like he just plays football on his terms at all times. It's at his pace, and he changes gears all the time, doesn't he? He'll drop in deep and link up play and just look like he's not interested, and then next minute, he's on edge of your box and it's a goal.
All 3 goals today were good though. Like none of them were like a little tap-in. Like he's just like being at back post and just nipped in. Like, all 3 goals it's taken.
I love that second
one
on his left foot. That is very difficult, and he made it look like it was just a walk in the park.
Yeah, it just flies past Vicario, doesn't it? That one.
Yeah, he catches that sweet, doesn't he? And it's on his weaker side as well, but I think he's just oozing with confidence.
I liked his first goal best out of all 3 of them. I liked how he just charged into the box and just
got his shot
and just smashed it. And there's something about that. Quite old school. I don't think you see enough of it anymore.
No, they're usually looking for that extra pass, aren't they? Which can be frustrating.
Yeah.
But I tell you what, Tottenham, before Arsenal scored, Tottenham were doing an unbelievable job of making it awkward for Arsenal. Palhinha and Bentancur just anchored the midfield, stopping Eze getting on the ball. And it was just the one bit of play where they went out to Saka, and I think it was Bentancur decided that he was going to go shut him down, and the second he moved, Arsenal just did like 3 really fast passes and then just opened them up. And it was like the only time. And you're thinking like, maybe, this is like how disciplined the Arsenal side are in terms of not getting frustrated because everyone's parking the bus against them. Well, I say parking the bus. Everyone's playing a low block, let's say. They're not exactly parking the bus, but it's play a low block and make it unbelievably difficult for them. And they have to be patient and patient and patient. I've even said it, it's hard to watch.
And fair play to the Arsenal fans have kind of got on board with it as well. Because any other fan base, I swear down, like if it were my team doing that sort of football, you'd be just screaming to go forward all the time. And, well, I suppose when you're winning every week, I suppose you're not going to moan.
No. And as soon as a team makes a mistake, they just seem to pounce on it. And they got through. They were very unlucky early doors. You see the little chip through from Eze and Rice.
Yeah. I mean, that was like schoolyard stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, just like nice. Come to a little dink.
Rice didn't half catch that.
Oh, yeah, if he hits it anywhere other than straight at Vicario, it's in.
Yeah, it's unbelievable strike, really. Really catches it.
But Arsenal were very, very comfortable in that game for long periods. Trossard was outstanding. Very, very good.
And look, Spurs aren't the finished article. Thomas Frank's under no pressure, and I think there'll be a number of players, but he'll be looking to move on next summer, and he has a chance to really have a look at his squad.
I know they've got injuries as well. Still, he's not quite had his full team out. But after the game, he did criticise their basically their. He said they were not good enough in the duel.
Yeah,
but I'm not sure I completely agree with him. I think he got it wrong tactically. He tried to outbattle Arsenal in centre of midfield, and well, if anyone's watched Arsenal recently, I think the Calafiori plays where he likes. Jurriën Timber just goes in.
Calafiori didn't play today, though, did
he? He did, yeah. That lineup or whatever, that must have been a predicted lineup that I saw.
Right, okay.
So when I looked early on before kick-off, I saw it had Lewis Skelly in, but it must have just been a predicted lineup. Right. Calafiori played, mate. He was, well, check his heat map, mate. I think he were everywhere.
He's my favourite player. He's my favourite player at the moment, and
well, for one, it was either for one of the goals or it might have been the first goal when the breakthrough. So the breakthrough, do the 3 passes, and then the pass inside. And that pass is to Calafiori, who's playing at 10. Right. He's supposed to be left back.
I've never known a left back as fit as him in my life, I don't think. I mean, he's just unbelievable, isn't it?
He went off at about 85 minutes, cramping up, which I'm not surprised.
He's definitely, I think we spoke about this on a previous episode, but he has definitely taken Lewis Skelly being in front of him last season to heart, and it really has kicked him right up the arse.
Yeah, it's not easy, that, is it?
He was good last season. He was good before he got injured last season. Then I can't fault Skelly after what he did last season. I thought he was unbelievable. And he starts for England for me.
Yeah, well, I think he, in order for him to keep his England spot, and maybe not squad wise, but in terms of in the starting lineup, he's gonna need to get some more minutes in at Arsenal. Yeah. Which is very difficult when Calafiori's been on the form he's on.
And he's so good, yeah. I feel sorry for Richarlison, really, because I think he scored arguably one of the best goals of the weekend, if not the best goal of the weekend. That is some technique what he did.
Yeah, he had to make that decision quickly, didn't he?
Yeah, make it decision. Yeah, what was it? That was 2-0 down, or was it 3-0 down?
No, 3.
Yeah, to do that when you're 3-0 down, keeper's off his line, but it goes in through the top corner, doesn't it? It dips.
Yeah, it dips right in. Yeah,
it's a great goal, and no one's ever going to mention it. No one's going to talk about it. This will be the last time no one talks about it, probably.
It was the only thing he did all game.
Yeah.
It was very good, but he was he was trying to get in fights with Saliba and all sorts. I don't think that's about.
He will definitely be the player who will be gone in the summer, I think, when Frank gets his wish. That is it Koulibaly?
Yeah,
that's not worked. That's not worked out yet, has it? For Tottenham, it might not work out. Sometimes it just doesn't work out for strikers.
I still don't think he's fit yet, and he came on today. He must have done something to his jaw or something. He had some sort of like protective mask around his jaw.
And Matthias Tell, well, he barely played for Bayern Munich. He was like an understudy to Kane, wasn't it?
Well, yeah,
20 minutes here and there.
Obviously tipped to be a bit of a prospect, but hasn't really kicked on at Spurs. And what's his name? Simmons seems to be having a rough time of it as well at the moment.
Yeah, I think he's finding it hard to adjust to the English life, and I'm sure he'll come good eventually. But
yeah, he's a good player, isn't he? From what we've seen of him outside of English football, playing Champions League, he looks a very good player. But no, Arsenal just well and truly, well, they did. They're just bad Spurs today.
He's got to be impressed by him, and people. I mean, a lot of people hate Arsenal.
Well, this is another thing, isn't it? Which is maybe why in the past it's been extremely difficult for Arsenal, because quite frankly, everybody hates Arsenal and everybody wants them to fail. And the second they do, every single newspaper, every single online post, every single YouTube channel are on them, aren't they? destined, to fail. And you see, Gary Neville said something about like, well, now they've lost Gabriel, they can't use that as an excuse for not winning the league. Like he's already trying to play those like mind games, isn't he?
Well, Hinapia. What was Hinapia like when he played to the
class,
mustard?
Mate. Yeah, just absolutely class.
I bet Tottenham fans looking at him bastards because they pinched him off Tottenham, didn't they?
Well,
that seems to be done and dusted.
And Eze.
Yeah, and Eze.
He was quite. The interview after the game, they were sort of like talking to Eze about it, and he said, "I don't think we should talk about that."
Yeah.
But I didn't know that was Eze's first ever hat trick.
Yeah, wow.
So that's his first ever hat trick, and it's also the first ever hat trick in a North London derby in the Premier League era.
Wow.
The last one was like Alan Sunderland in like '78 or something.
Wow. Okay. God, you think that, don't you? Eze was in that Tottenham team with an FA at the back. Complete different team, isn't it? Wow. Yeah, you would be pissed off. Right, we'll move on. So, well done, Arsenal. I bet you, I did back them to win the league at the start of the season, and I'm glad I did.
one final thing before we move on. I have to say before we move on, Mikel Merino as a striker, as a fill-in striker, does an awfully good job, mate. He links up play, runs in behind, he wins headers, he's in box where he needs to be.
I bet he's Arteta's favourite player. I bet if Arteta leaves Arsenal, I bet he'll sign Merino. Every good. He'll be one of them players. If it's a number of clubs, it'd always take him with him. I think he's gonna have that sort of relationship with that player.
It'd be like Redknapp's Crania.
Yeah.
Nico.
Well, before the international break, we mentioned Newcastle having a torrid time at home.
Yeah,
they go and beat Man City. I didn't see the game. You have to tell me if you watched it.
I didn't watch it because I was. No, that was a late fixture, wasn't
it? Late game for Saturday.
Yeah, it was a late one. I remember I was at football myself, and a lad was talking about it, and he was like, like Man City or batter of Newcastle have been shit. And I just said, yeah, do you know what though? I just think like in these games against the big boys, Newcastle always seem to just like put in a right shift against
Eddie
them.
Howe's somehow got a formula for that Newcastle side to really go at the big teams, don't they, when they come to St James's Park. And
I didn't think they'd win, but I said I fancied them for a 2-2.
Well, I looked at the midfield, and it's Gimenez, Tonali, and Joelinton.
Yeah,
they're all fucking good players there, aren't they?
Yeah, and they're all quite physical and get about a bit, don't they?
Yeah. So I can't remember the last time. Well, probably the last game, but for me, it's like I can't remember the last time I saw all three of them play together. And I think he played a more live score said it was a 4-4-2. Don't know how right that is, but I like Harvey Barnes. I've always rated Harvey Barnes. I thought he was very good at Leicester. I thought he was a very smart sign when they made that signing a few years back. And it's funny how like he sort of dropped the players he signed in the summer. Elanga's on the bench, Jacob Murphy's back in.
Yeah,
and maybe that's what Eddie Howe needs. He just needs honest players who he can trust, and maybe that might help him actually progressing this Newcastle side to the next phase. Because it's like every time he seems to sign a player since the initial first wave of players the Saudi money brought in.
Yeah.
They're hard to like. It's hard to get them in the squad. And Voltemar in there by default just because he's a
very good player.
The only striker they've got, really. But
I think it's similar to obviously we won't jump onto it straight away, but it's similar to the Liverpool situation. Not easy integrating new players, mate.
No.
No matter how much money they are, when you've got a good thing going on at your club and you're bringing these players in, we don't really see it day to day, do we? So we don't know how that's disrupting your general behaviour on the training ground.
We've been in workplaces, and we know what human beings are like in general, and there is some people who aren't very nice characters, and they can bring a mood down. And they come in the office and think, "Oh, what's he doing here?" And your head drops just because someone's presence is coming. And you don't know what some of these players just might not like each other. You don't know what it's like behind closed doors, do you? Like after
no,
I don't want to go to Liverpool yet, but Pep seems to integrate his players all the time, and if they don't integrate quick, he bombs them out for a year, and you don't see them, and then they come back, and yeah, I'd love to know what he does behind closed doors and behind the scenes, because he seems to be the best of it. Because he's always buying new players.
Yeah. He is.
But I was shocked. I was shocked at that result. I really did. I was just expecting to just flick my phone on and see Man City won. But
did you see the Foden incident?
no.
Foden goes through, and he does get his shot off. I think it's Fabian Schär absolutely launches himself at it and catches him.
Right.
Personally, I think it's a penalty. I don't think it should matter. I don't think it should matter whether Foden gets his shot off or not.
This 0-0.
Might have been 1. Was it 1-1? I think, was it? So anyway, he runs through. He gets his shot off, puts it wide.
Right.
But like straight after he's got his shot off, he's got caught by Fabian Schär. And I was thinking to myself, if that's a pass though, if he tries to pass that and the ball's gone and he catches him that late, it's a foul, isn't it?
Yep.
So why does it matter if he's got his shot off or not?
Oh yeah, if you just push someone over, let's just say hypothetically the ball's other side of the pitch and you push someone over on this side of the pitch, no ball intent, like the ball's, it's still a foul. You still get sent off.
Yeah. You can't just say, "Well, you've had your attempt." I don't know what the logic behind it was, but anyway, it didn't count. I thought it was a dead cert penalty.
Right. There's a part of me which gets annoyed with these big clubs when if a decision doesn't go their way, that's the only reason why they lose a football match.
Yeah.
And it's like, you've got 90 minutes, you've got really good players in your team, you can't just blame one decision on a loss, for me. Unless it's a diabolical one, like he sends your keeper off and gives a penalty for that. Do you know what I mean? Unless it's like something like insane, like. But just not getting the rub of the green off for one 30 seconds of a match, I just can't. For me, I think like when you want a vastly better team than your opposition,
you
need to take responsibility.
Yeah, did Pep say something about the decision? I hadn't seen him say anything about it. But
no, I've not seen anything about it. That's why I was quite shocked that you mentioned it. So
yeah, no, I want. I can't say I'd noticed he'd said something. I know he had a bit of a to do with a cameraman after the game. I think he ended up pulling cameraman's earphones off his head. I don't think he was too happy about being filmed so closely.
Seems to be. Yeah, it's weird. This new Pep side. They seem to get win 5 games in a row, and they think they're unbeatable. And then they'll just lose out of the blue.
But I think his side's still evolving. I did think they've gone a big run at this point.
Obviously,
but I still think they're evolving. That Man City team's a lot more direct than a normal Man City team.
Yeah.
Well, a normal Pep team, should I say.
Yeah.
You know, he's definitely changing it up a bit. And maybe that's taken a little bit of time, not sure. But with the quality of players, that they'll be there and thereabouts.
It's just weird, but I don't see Reinders starting, and I just thought he'd start every game. When I saw him early doors, I thought, oh God, he looked good.
Yeah.
Like his creativity and stuff. I thought he was like a mould between Rodri and De Bruyne.
Yeah, he looked mustard, didn't he? Maybe that's what I mean. You know, maybe Pep hasn't quite decided yet. You know what he's like, man. I think Bernardo Silva's absolute mustard, but there's been years where Pep just don't play him.
Yeah,
it's just
so we'll see. Maybe we'll see Reinders in January, and he'll be like a new signing, and he's just like, he's up to speed now. I'm like, what?
Yeah.
But then, so the other title challenger for Arsenal lost again yesterday. At home, 3-0.
It's not good now, is it? How many is it now? Is that about 6 games at home?
Oh yeah. I mean, this is bad for Liverpool. They won the first 5. They won their first 5 games to be on 15 points.
Yeah.
They won 18 points now.
Yeah.
They've won 1 game out of 7.
Mm.
And if this was Manchester United we're talking about,
oh yeah, the Bielon
would be saying the manager's out of his depth, the clueless. You know what I mean? You would be absolutely hammering them, wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely, mate. I'm just looking now. So the thing is, he keeps bloody tinkering with this team.
Well, that's what you do when you're losing, don't you? You're overthinking things and stuff. Is that right?
Yeah, obviously, it looks like I didn't see the full game because I was out at football myself. But he's gone for Szoboszlai again at right back. He's brought Kirkes back in at left back. And he's gone for Isak through middle.
Mm.
What? And then he's brought.
He won't drop Gakpo, will he?
No, but last few games, it's not Kirkis' fault. I just mean for the stability of the team. For the last few games, he's actually played Robertson. They've actually looked all right, haven't they? To an extent.
Yeah.
I don't know, but it's.
I just don't know what he's trying to like. He's obviously changed it how they were playing last season. I know the opposition have changed how they approach when they play Liverpool as well. But he's obviously done something in the summer where he's changed more than he did last year. Where he's like, I think when he came in last year, it was like, right, I'm coming in. It's huge shoes to fill, Jurgen Klopp's shoes.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna change too much. Try and keep it all, just ticking along nicely and a little tweak here and there, and some strong decisions. But it used to take players off early and stuff to change the game. And this season, it's almost like he's been worked out. He's obviously changed the way they play because of the personnel change has just been a lot.
Yeah.
And they just look clueless. I don't know if it's like you've got two camps now. You've got the old people at Liverpool, and then you've got the new signings. They're all like different cliques or whatever.
Yeah, but he adopted a Liverpool team that played the same way for an awfully long period of time.
Yeah.
That they all knew that it was like second nature. That this is Liverpool. Don't get me wrong. He changed it a little bit, but not a great deal. This year they don't play anything like what Liverpool did. They're not as direct. They don't try and turn teams over. They're
not smashing balls into corners like towards the corner flag for Salah to just run onto it and stuff.
No, Gakpo just constantly cuts inside from the left-hand side all the time.
Yeah.
He doesn't, but he doesn't seem to be not the same as like what Diaz was, who'd be very aggressive at taking his man on. He seems to run towards him, drop his shoulder, and then he cuts inside and then ends up just passing the ball back into centre midfield. Everything Liverpool are doing at the moment reminds me of what Arsenal were like 2 years ago when they just passed the ball around in front of teams and couldn't break them down.
Yeah.
Just kept passing and passing and passing. Like I'm looking here at the stats. Paul, I know possession's not anything. Liverpool had 75% of the ball.
Yeah.
Right? But Forest had 7 shots on target. Liverpool had 4. Possession means nothing, mate, does it?
No, it doesn't. It's how you use it. Obviously, when you have more possessions, Forest are always going to dig in deep.
Well, it's a dicey side, mate. What do you expect?
But, they're also like massive underdog. Liverpool's got an amazing side. They're the reigning champions. Like you're not going to go there and go, oh yeah, have loads of space. Let's have loads of space, lads. Like Klopp's teams used to fucking score in the first 5 or 6 minutes.
Yeah,
it felt like that all the time for me. Like they used to just fly at teams from the off, get an early goal, and it's like right now you've got an early goal, you've got to come out.
Yeah.
And they've lost that. It's mad, but they've lost so much fear factor in the space of like 6 months. When you were thinking, wow, these were like the best side going. But I'm trying to think of like towards the end of last season, were they good? I know that they've already won the title, and you can say, oh well, they've already won the title, but were they good towards the end of last season? And was that?
I don't
think they were like imperious, like what they were first half of last season.
Yeah,
and maybe that was like a tell of like what was going to come, because these signs they've made, as good as they are on paper, it'd be interesting to know if Slot signed them.
I think the answer to that will be no. I think in modern football, it's very, very rare that the manager's players are there. You just got to hope that the manager has a very, very good relationship with
the board and stuff, and
with whoever the sporting director is.
Because I just can't see how like Etike came in. I know you look at Ferguson. Now Ferguson used to do this. So do you think did they need another striker? But he'd somehow make it work, Fergie. But football's different now, isn't it?
Yeah.
Etike came in. He started off brilliantly. I can't believe I thought he was brilliant. Like, I thought he reminded me of Fernando Torres in a way. And I also thought he offered more. He could like really hold up play and link players up and stuff, as well as just being a good finisher. Bringing Isak in, it's caused a bit of chaos up there, because he'll want to start. You've paid 125 million quid for him.
Yeah.
You kind of expect him to start.
Well, there's a lot of pressure. Like when you look at if you ever watch the documentary on Arsenal or whatever it was called, when All or Nothing thing, where he's not playing Aubameyang, and the someone from the board's basically saying like, we fucking pay him a lot of money, mate. You play him, and he had to really, really fight that. You know, like I can imagine, like that's going to come from every club, isn't it? In terms of being, you know, we spent an awful lot of money, and I pay you as the manager to make this work.
Oh yeah, I'm sure Slot's been in that boardroom a few times, or had a phone call saying like, "What's going off here?" But like explains me the results because.
But I bet they're flabbergasted as well, to be brutally honest, because
these results are shocking.
How can
they're not even drawing?
You know, like we say sometimes that, like obviously, like championship level, we'll see a player and they come back in summer and all of a sudden they can't fucking run.
Yeah.
You know, and they can't and they just look like they've lost 3 yards of pace, and then someone will shock you and come away from nothing. It's like football can change very, very quickly, can't it? You're talking like within 6 months, Liverpool have gone from being champions to go. Well, it's even past that. The first 5 games of this season, I think everyone was going, "Oh bloody hell!"
Oh, you said it.
Yeah, it's going to be another boring Premier League season. Yeah. Because there's going to be nothing to talk about because one team's basically going to run away with it, and it's just boring for the neutral.
Yeah,
we want a good title race.
Well, we're getting that now. Just 7 games later, we Arsenal.
Yeah, and I think
we had a title race for like 2 weeks.
Yeah, it was just starting to look like everyone was involved. Well, however, we can't because the little dark horses that no one's been talking. Well, you can't call them dark horses, but the fact nobody's been talking about them for absolutely ages. Chelsea are second.
You know, it's almost like I'm sure you had a phone call about 2 years ago saying like, you know, you can't keep buying this amount of good young players. Give it a couple of years and see what happens.
Well, it really is a method of, you know, throw shit at the wall and see which one sticks, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's not a bad method.
You know, Maresca's another manager who's been Pep's understudy. You know, Arteta's first, Maresca's second. You know, yeah, they're clearly learning a decent thing or two of this bloke.
Yeah.
But I suppose with Maresca, he's got so many, a bit like Arsenal, he's got so many options. If things aren't going right, you can just change it. Whereas, you know, it's bad, isn't it? When you're losing, you go back to Liverpool. We'll talk about Chelsea in a sec. But you go back to Liverpool, and we used to say the same with Man United. When you're losing, you sort of look at the squad and you go, fucking hell, we need to spend another 400 million quid here.
Yeah.
To try and sort this out. Because you look at Liverpool squad, they need 2 midfielders for me. I don't think McAllister or Gravenberch is like a different player this season compared to what we were last season. I thought you were fantastic last year.
Well, they need Zuppamendi, don't they?
Yeah.
They need that type of player.
Or like a Caicedo. I mean, I think they tried signing both of those.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's what they need. That's what they're lacking. They need to sort out this 4-3-3 is not working for Liverpool.
No.
They might have to go to a 4-4-2.
No chance they'll do that.
I know they will.
Modern area.
I know they'll never do it, but and try and get a team in with Isak and TK together. And see if you can get a partnership going with them two. Salah's clearly not as good as he used to be. And this probably will be his final season at Liverpool. So what's your succession for him?
Yeah.
Is Gakpo's clearly not as good as Luis Diaz. Luis Diaz was phenomenal. They are missing Diego Jota. Jota was a very good number 9 when he came on, and he had a great leap and a great head.
Yeah.
And he scored some very important goals for Liverpool, and I think people forget that. And he did die, which is going to affect your mates. You know, you don't get over it in a week.
No.
Also, you don't know how close some of these players were to him.
Well, we've got to be honest. They spend more time together than they do the bloody families, don't they? They're always, you know, especially when you're playing at a club like Liverpool and you're in every competition going. They're probably never at home.
No,
in reality, you know, because they're back on playing for next European game or whatever, and then
so like you say, there's a lot of factors. I mean, they've lost good players as well. Liverpool. That's what I'm trying to get to. So they have spent money, but they've also lost some good players. I don't know. I mean, if he loses a few more games, because his thing is not even drawing.
No,
this is the thing, and they're conceding two or 3 goals a game.
And that has been since the beginning of the season. Even though they won 5 on, even though they've won 5, they won 5 on the bounce at the beginning. Them leaking goals has been an issue from the start of the season.
Yeah. So you've got to, if you're in the board, I don't know. I think you're looking at it and making a big decision soon. Because if you think you're not going to get top 5.
I don't know what Liverpool's financial situation is, but they spent an awful lot of bloody money.
Well, they're going to have to.
And I know it's really early doors, so you're only 12 games in, but what are they on? Yeah, like you said, they're on 18 points. Drawn no games this season. Not only do you said they don't draw, they've drawn none.
Yeah. Like I said, they won the first 5. They've only won 1 game in 7, and they've conceded a shitload.
I bet you they're asking all the same questions, mate. We don't know what the issue is, and neither do they.
No, and I think...
Who've Liverpool got next?
That stupid Champions League, is it? Midweek?
It will be. Arsenal got Bayern Munich, I know that much. They have got Eindhoven on Wednesday.
Well,
PSV.
Well, I reckon they'll bounce back against them.
Yeah, they should beat them, shouldn't they? And then West Ham away.
God, you lose that.
Tell you what,
lose that, you could get sacked.
I fucking knew no.
We'll give Chelsea some flowers quick before we move on, but yeah, second, they had a really poor start to the season. They got very lucky with a few decisions that went their way to get some results probably didn't deserve early on in the season, like that first, like in August. But like you say, as a player, I think I said this on the last podcast. You look at the table, you don't care about the performance last week. You see that we're 3 points off top at league or whatever, and it kicks you up the arse for the game. So you think, right, we're in this, lads, and we're going to be right. We're going to be in the conversation. They are the real champions. They beat PSG very comfortably on that final in the World Cup, in the Club World Cup. You can't take that away from them. They've got some good players.
Yeah,
clearly.
Well, I think that's what's happening as well at the minute. I didn't watch the game, but I did hear a comment saying that it took time. Chelsea had to grind that game out at times.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no fault about that. When you're not at your best, you do need those talented players to come and pull some out at bag for you and win you a game. And they're doing it, aren't they? They're still not. Cole Palmer's still out, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's not back yet. Obviously, he always seems to make a big difference to that Chelsea side. And he's got about 45 wingers to choose from.
Yeah. Pedro Neto seems to be the only one he plays every game, and he's a very good player.
Yeah, I'm not sure how long that'll last for though, because Pedro Neto doesn't usually last very long, does he?
No.
Before that injury record creeps in. He's such a good player, and I think he'd have had a move much sooner than he did get his big move to Chelsea if he'd have had a bit of a better fitness record. And he seems to like Gittins, doesn't he, on that left?
Oh, but he's class.
He's a good player.
Yeah. Again, another English lad who got pinched by a German side and got sold back for 450 times the price they paid for him or whatever.
They must be thinking this English lot are all right, save idiots.
Yeah, they are.
Keep giving us these youngsters, and then they bloody buy him back.
Buy him back for fucking premium prices. It's ridiculous, isn't it? Yeah, Gittins is a very good player. A lot better than Jadon Sancho.
Yeah,
because they have similar. The reason I brought Sancho is because they both went to Dortmund. They come back from Dortmund. Where even is Sancho?
I don't know. Where is he?
Is he in?
Did he go to Villa? Did he? Someone's telling me. I can't remember where did he go?
He's got to be injured, hasn't he? He's at Aston Villa.
Yeah, maybe. He's played 5.
Set the line
up. He didn't play today. I know that.
He came off. He's on the bench. He came off the bench today. Wow.
What, he came on at some point?
Yeah.
Oh, right, okay. I was going to say, I knew he didn't start because I watched the start of that game.
Wow, and
Harvey
Elliott's not getting in the team either, is he? And Joe mentioned that last time, but
yeah, I don't think
but Emery wanted
Mr. Emery's too happy about that.
Probably didn't want Sancho and all by looks of it. It's like, who signed them?
Yeah, well, I would imagine. I don't know why you wouldn't listen to what Unai Emery says. I wouldn't be buying players for Unai Emery. Let him tell me who I want. He knows exactly what he's doing. Because they're top four now, mate.
I know, and they looked absolute shambles early on this season. Complete shambles. Like to the point where you thought it looked like you're going to get sacked because they were playing that shit.
Well, I watched the first half of that game today. They were absolutely shocking. Leeds just bullied them.
Yeah, I mean, good managers get the team in at half time and sort it out.
But I gave you a phone call, didn't I, just before we were doing that, and I said to you, didn't I? I said, who nail I'm in at half time. I think I said they'd win 3-1.
Yeah,
because he'd get him in at half time and change it up, and he's a top manager, and he's done that. And those two goals from Rodgers are very good, aren't they?
I saw some Leeds fans slagging their keeper off today.
because it's free kick?
Because it's free kick.
Do they understand that when someone strikes a ball like that, by the time he sees the ball, it's in the back of the net? Because it just comes over the top of the wall and dips. It's got you don't see it.
Yeah, well, the human brain can only react so quick.
Yeah, it's just like because the technique in which they hit it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It's like it comes in. It like literally just goes like 6 foot just above the wall and bang straight in.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
It's a very good technique.
It's just someone's filmed it from behind the goal and it looks quite central.
Yeah, it is quite central.
But
it is quite central, but it's just the way that those are hit.
Yeah, it's nothing you can do about it.
No, you can't. The only way he gets to that is he guesses.
Yeah.
Because he's expecting it to come swinging over the top of the wall, isn't he? And they just don't.
Yeah, he probably wasn't expecting a shot,
but
because it was quite close to goal. Sometimes when it's that close, it's like you're better off putting it like crossing it in, aren't you? Like you're too close.
Yeah, exactly.
It's too close to get it up and down.
But his first finish is very good as well, where he just gets his body across him, a little flick outside at left.
Yeah,
very good player, and I think Morgan Rogers will definitely be on that plane.
Oh, 100%. Yeah,
I think I think Bellingham and Palmer might have a job on their hands, because I think Tuchel really likes him as well.
Yeah.
For starting, I think he seems to really like him.
No, he's a very good player. Another Man City lad who they let go.
Well, it doesn't matter if you've played for a big academy team before, mate.
No,
make you a good player. That.
But it just shows that Man City, maybe Man City are academies too good now, but they can't afford to play their players because the players are ready to move on to get into the first team. But because their first team's so strong, it's almost like, and the expectation for Man City is to win every game. You can't afford to put a kid in to try and like bleed him in, if you know what I mean. If it means you're gonna lose games, so it's weird, isn't it? It's a weird scenario where you're in. It's almost like their own success means they can't play their own kids in a way. But then with PSR, which is changing to SCR, rod cost ratio, we'll get into that.
To help the big boys out even more,
big time.
And
but you're incentivized to sell your youngsters, so it's very strange. Leeds are in trouble because Forest and West Ham have sorted the life out.
Well,
Burnley and Leeds are in trouble now. I've been sucked right into it, and they looked at 3 games ago, they looked a bit cut and dry.
The thing that worries me about Leeds is I don't think they can actually even spend any money in January, can they? I think they're so close to their PSR because of how much they spent in Championship.
Yeah,
that I'm not sure they can.
What's the punishment? 4 points?
Yeah, they'll probably just fuck it off and do it anyway.
I mean, I would be against that if I was a Leeds fan, because you look at Forest got the 4-point deduction.
And I think Anton Stack went off injured today as well, didn't he?
Yeah,
and he's a big loss.
That's if it is 4 points. You don't know if it's just like, well, it was 4 points for Forest, but it's 12 points for you. There's no written rule of how much it is and stuff to you, so very strange. But yeah, they're in big trouble, aren't the Leeds?
West Ham will spend money in January because they do always seem to back their managers, don't they? West Ham, they might not make the right signings, but they certainly make them.
Yeah, and was that a good point for Nuno or a bad point for Nuno? Because they were 2-0 up away at Bournemouth.
No, it was a good point for Nuno because although Callum Wilson, I think Callum Wilson got lucky on the first one because God knows what is it Petrovic or whatever in goal was doing, Christ, but he got a fingertip to it and scored. Good volley anyway from Callum Wilson. Don't want to take too much away from him. Good instinct shot. I just think keeper should have done better. His second goal, however, on the spin with his left foot, was unbelievable finish. And then from what I saw and was reading is that they could not believe how Bournemouth didn't win that game.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of chances. I don't know if that was because
I read that Nuno went ultra defensive in the second half, but he's just thinking an away point away at Bournemouth.
That's good.
It's just good, isn't it? Getting an away point on board. Just get a point on board.
Yeah.
Because that's all Nuno cares about. They're a
bloody good side, that Bournemouth side, though, aren't they? Let's be honest. Yeah, they'll take points off many people.
Chris Wood will be signing for West Ham. I'm telling you now, 100%. He'll get him in. He'll get his boy in. Do me another job for 6 months.
You reckon Dyche will let him go?
Yeah, maybe it won't. Maybe it won't because it will be a relegation rival.
But then again, you can't say if that's what Dyche does. It's whatever Marinakis feels like doing.
Oh yeah, just before we get into it, we didn't really talk about the Forest goals. The Liverpool's the first one they conceded, the corner. Igor Jesus is running into no man's land there. It's such a shit touch by Canate to knock it out for a corner from there. Clumsy.
Yeah,
and
lackadaisical on it.
It weren't going anywhere. It were 4-1. It were 4 Liverpool players to 1 Forest player, and he was out wide. Ridiculous. Well, Fulham, who I also thought were deep in trouble, beat Sunderland.
Yeah.
1-0 in a game which everyone thought Sunderland was going to go there and win. I saw today that in AFCON, the AFCON game, when AFCON comes around, Sunderland are going to lose 7 players.
Yeah.
And 6 of them start.
And they all play for clubs that are not going to come back anytime soon.
Yeah, countries. Well, they come back. Yeah.
Country. They all play for countries that aren't going to be knocked out anytime soon.
So it could be could be a scenario where you've suddenly you come back and you've dropped way down the table, and you're like, mood in the camp's completely changed.
Yeah.
Like I think we called this, didn't we, in the summer? When AFCON comes, it's going to hit them hard.
Yeah, they better get some points on board, and that's exactly what they've done.
I didn't realise they were going to lose 7.
Yeah,
that's a lot.
Christ. Yeah, well, it looks like it might be 7 signings in January
then. Yeah, a great win for Fulham. Fantastic win for Fulham. I feel like we've missed someone here.
Brighton, that guy Welbeck scoring again.
Oh yeah. I do find it mental that Welbeck's played more for Brighton than any other club in his career.
Yeah, it's mental, isn't it? But Brentford did miss a penalty. Igor Thiago decided to go in the exact same place he did the first time.
Right.
And got his penalty saved.
Wow. He can strike a ball also. I bet that was a good save.
Yeah, but he didn't bloody strike it, did he? Did the stupid run-up, mate.
Oh, for God's sake.
Did the stupid run-up, dropped the shoulder, tried to put it in the bottom corner, but he just tried the exact same thing he tried when he scored his first goal.
I just don't know why they do this. When the human body can only react so quick, and it can only move so much. If you hit a ball at 80 miles an hour, which all these players can clearly do, either side of a goalkeeper, I just don't think the human body can physically get to it in time.
I can't remember which game it was, but I did see a penalty today, and he just runs up to it and just absolutely smashes it, and I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what I want to see.
Well, the brain physically can't go. He's going that way.
Yeah, he's got to completely guess on it if you do that.
Yeah, and I still don't think you can move. I still don't think you can move your body quick enough.
No. And I think the last one, mate, is it's looking a very, very sad time for Wolves, isn't it?
Oh yeah, they lost.
They're done. They're done.
That appointment was stupid. I know Rob Edwards is a bit of a Wolves, I wouldn't say a legend, but he was there. I think he was there as a kid. I think he played there.
Yeah, he's certainly from that neck of the woods, isn't he? But I
know his family all live around that area and stuff. So that's why he wanted the move. And he might be a Wolves fan by all accounts. But
and I know they've lost 2-0 to Palace are very good, aren't they?
Yeah,
but they're just.
You haven't got enough time. You can't just keep saying that every game. Oh, they're a good side. We only lost to them. They're a good side. That's not an excuse anymore. It was just an uninspiring appointment, weren't it? Like I don't think no one saw Rob Edwards getting that job. He'll keep him up.
Well, 12 games in, they've not won a game.
Oh, but you compare that to when Dyche went to Forest.
Yeah,
we all went. That's them side.
Yeah.
But Nuno went to West Ham. That's them side.
Well, we said despite him not having a lot, Nuno will find something, won't he?
Yeah,
that works.
He'll patch him up till January, and then he'll get probably 3 or 4 very hard-working players. Nico Williams, after the Liverpool game, said, "Oh, what's he done differently to the previous manager?" And he's just laughing, running, defending, the basics. You sit there going, "Oh, that should just be just part of it anyway. Why has a manager got to go, lads? Just a bit of fucking running and defending, lads." Oh, you're right. That's what we forgot about doing that, haven't we?
No, but it makes you think that do some of these managers come in and give so many bloody instructions and so much data to these players. You know, all these football clubs are obsessed with data. and that is very useful to an extent. Do you think that overloading some of these players, and then all of a sudden, a manager comes in who just basically like simplifies everything for him?
Yeah.
Breaks it down to what's important to us right now.
Yeah, that winger always cuts inside 3 times out of 4. Pretty much, on average, you'll cut inside more times than you go down the right. Okay, cheers, mate. He don't like a rod up his arse, stick up it. He don't like aerial battle, rough him up a bit. It might just be something simple like that. But God knows what like Ange Postecoglou is saying to him.
No, but
when they say when they say running, what when you what in training? Are you even saying like running? Like you can't get your head around it.
Well, when you're looking at these Premier League footballers paid a ridiculous amount of money, it should be an absolute fucking guarantee that you run yourself into ground
every game.
Minimum. It's just a given.
Yeah, it should be in your contract.
You shouldn't be in a position where your numbers are getting questioned, unless you're playing a particular position that you're not supposed to be bombing around in.
Yeah,
but in general, you should be covering a fair amount of distance.
If you're a fullback, we expect this amount of distance in you, pretty much.
Yeah.
Unless the game goes one way and we're just so comfortable on the ball, maybe then.
Nuno must have just gone in, looked at the numbers, and said, "You lot aren't fucking working hard enough."
Yeah, it makes you think. It does make you fucking think, doesn't it?
It sounds like the thing is, we've simplified it that much. It sounds like me and you could get a job, right, lads? Fucking head ball, kick it, and fucking run.
I know. It's absolutely. Please be more difficult than that.
You defenders, will you just head it and kick it for fuck's sake?
I know. Don't pass to a player who's got 3 players behind him, regardless if he says he wants it. Only do that if it's messy.
Yeah. Stop playing out at back and fucking shoot. I think we've made it, mate. That sounded good, that.
Yeah. Manchester United, Everton tomorrow. I think Man United win. There's just no pressure on Amorim anymore. It's just completely... You compare him and Slot now, it's like the roles have completely reversed, haven't they?
Well, they have at the moment. Well, you say that unless Everton turn over Man United, and then he'll be a laughingstock again very quickly.
I have to point out Jamie Carragher. He loved dishing out shit towards other teams when they struggle.
No, he can't take it though, can he?
No.
He loves dishing it out, but he can't take it at all. Have you seen how angry he gets if anyone says anything bad about Liverpool?
Yeah, but they are.
He just cannot take it. He really frustrates me because I always think for someone as gobby as he is, you've got to have a thick skin, mate. He did spit at a child, so I can imagine that he doesn't
top bloke.
Take very yeah. Still works on telly after spitting at children out your car window. What a fella!
I don't think there's any excuse to ever spit at a child.
No excuse to ever fucking spit at anyone, let alone a child. That's outrageous.
I don't know. Maybe. But he said, "Come on, Everton," at me, so I spat at him. You what? I don't think that's what he did say, but it's probably something like that.
Well, it shouldn't matter what a kid says to you. You're not spitting at him, are you?
Kid, isn't it? Yeah. But another good weekend of football, and I'm glad it's back now till March.
Yeah, we don't have. Well, as you know,
football happened today, mate. Nothing else happened today.
No, we don't. Yeah. That's it, mate.
Yeah,
we've done it.
We'll end it there, and it's hard to have a quiz when it's just you.
Yeah, I'll probably win. Yeah. I probably won't as well. Yeah, unfortunately, there's no winner this week because Ben was on his own and got the quiz wrong.
Yeah. Right, end it there, pal. See you later.
Yeah, see you later. Bye.